come lick with your boy, come late. Come and blow some trees with your boy, let's late. We can watch a flick if your boy come late. We can joyride and explore late. Baby, come lick with your boy, come late. Come and blow some trees with your boy, let's late. We can watch a flick if your boy come late. We can joyride and explore.
You're now tuned into Linked Up with Lux.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Lux. Today's episode is called You Never Respected Me. Go ahead and say it with me. You never respected me. Because if you did, we wouldn't be in this predicament. If you respected me, I would have felt that. And we would have probably been together for a very, very long time. I'ma just keep it real, man. When you go through so many different romantic situations, so many different people, so many different dynamics, you start to develop a sense of what you're not willing to tolerate. And from my past experiences with women, it's been me building up this big wall of not tolerating lying, or not tolerating disrespect, or not tolerating saying one thing and doing the complete opposite. Those for me are immediate, you're out. But when it comes to respect, isn't it funny how people always show you how they really feel later down the line? I mean, when the beginning of every little talking phase or stage, however you want to word it, everything is just butterflies. You're quick to respond back to their texts, or you can sit on the phone with them for hours, even if you're not really having a conversation. You just got that, lovey-dovey initial, excitement, or thrill. Like, you're eager to get to know this person. You're happy to know that you have someone that you can potentially, grow with and do things with. You think maybe you finally found your person. And that's amazing. But for some people, maybe you have experienced later down the line in the relationship or situationship, whatever ship you were involved in, you see a different side of that person. And that side is a side that you never expected. It's a side that might trigger you, like, from your past situations, like, you're literally doing and acting just how I told you my ex did. But whoa, don't say that. No one likes to be compared to an ex. Don't be that person. But I mean, reality is reality when it's literally what it is, when you're acting just like people from the past, I mean, it's just crazy. You never respected me. I get it. Not every day is a perfect day. We all go through ups and downs. Some people suffer from mental issues and things like that, emotional issues, family issues, life issues, personal issues. I mean, you don't necessarily always speak on those things with your person or whatever, because if you're anything like me, you deal with all of your, issues privately. Well, to a certain extent, at least for me, my outlet is making music. So if you ever hear some crazy stuff in my songs, it's like writing is my escape. Some people don't have an escape. Some people just keep those emotions just, bottled up, and they don't have a way to let them out. Some people choose substances, rather it's smoking or drinking to mask that. And that is not okay, but to each his own, I mean, because you can mask it all you want, but once the high goes down, it's like you're kind of right back where you started and the issues are still the same. Which then what a person do? You continue to get high. You continue to drink. But It's just crazy to see someone literally do a whole 360. You never respected me. I just don't understand how you can literally be so good with someone and they'll literally throw everything that you express to them in your face. That's crazy, and usually these are the same people who have also like mentioned when you might have, had a conversation about your past situations. They always made it clear, like, oh, like, I would never do that. I don't know why they treated you like that. XYZ, I'm big on this, I'm big on that. We can work it out. But then when things hit the fan, where's all that energy from the initial conversation? So it's crazy when that person acts like that. It's shocking. And quite frankly, it's like you have to kind of look at the bigger picture. You have to look at the bigger picture. You have to look at what did you do? What has changed? What did they do? Is there someone else in their picture, that's kind of making them make that shift? But it is what it is. But back to the main topic, you never respected me. Me personally, again, I've been through a lot of, romantic situations as far as getting to know women and trying to see if we were compatible. Like I stated previously in another episode, I don't go into new situations with old trust issues in terms of like feeling as if, oh my God, you're going to do me just like my ex, or oh my God, you may do this. I allow people to literally just do what they're going to do so I can analyze. It's not a test. I'm analyzing. And it's pretty crazy, the amount of people that didn't make the cut. I feel like for me, I'm very particular. Some people feel like I'm too strict in terms of my expectations and my standards, but I just really don't understand how I can be too strict for what I know I deserve. And it's really crazy the amount of people that will tell me that, oh, you'll never find what you're looking for. Your standards are too high. You're looking for someone who's just young and doesn't even have any experience. Everybody has experience. Everyone has experiences. But that doesn't necessarily mean I won't find somebody that aligns with my expectations regardless of age. I mean, you can be 35 and literally you lived a whole different life, and I just been, looking for you. It just happened to not find you sooner. You can be 40. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can be 28. Like, I just feel like people who say that specifically, they just want you to settle. Anyone who tries to convince you that your standards are too high are just mad or upset because they don't align with your expectations. I guess let me try to think of a crazy random example. That's like me going to Hollywood and, I'm trying to audition for a movie, right? And this role I've been practicing, I know it line for line, and I know like I would kill it. I am just like on top of it. Like I can literally recite it perfectly. So I get to the audition and I do my audition, and then the person next to me does the same exact audition, and they're like, hey Lux, oh wow, you were great, but I think we might just want someone a little younger for the role. It's just what we're looking for. You got too many wrinkles, and for this specific role, we rather them look young and vibrant. And then I'm sitting there getting an attitude like, What do you mean? Like, your expectations are too high. I literally can kill this role. You're never going to find exactly what you're looking for if you're constantly looking beyond what's right in front of you. Huh? What? I mean, I can find it. They're right over there. But, oh, well, I just still feel like it's not fair and your expectations are too high. Okay. I'm sorry you feel that way, but we want to go with the younger appearing actor or actress. And I'm still sitting there like, well, I just find it funny how, all right, we get it. I mean, why are you going against the grain? And, I mean, it's different if someone didn't communicate early on and they led you on, and down the line you were doing romantic stuff with this person for months on end or even a year, and then they just woke up one day like, yeah, I don't think this is gonna work out. You're just not it. And you're like, it took you a whole year or 6 months to come to this conclusion. Like, and I mean, even if that was the case, it happens. It happens. People's preferences change. Some people think they want something and then they actually get it and it's not what they expected. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, if someone is telling you they want something very specific and you don't align, just fall back. Just fall back. And I hate those people that be like, well, you didn't tell me how to be. I don't want to tell you how to be. Sorry. I don't want to have to tell you how to be. I shouldn't have to tell you to tie your shoes in the morning. I shouldn't have to tell you to brush your teeth. I want to see if you're going to do those things naturally. I mean, it might seem a little complex to those who just still don't comprehend it, but it's like, I'm not looking for a perfect person, but I'm looking for the person that aligns the closest to my expectations. If we're talking in more realistic terms, based on like reality, it can just be something as simple as, I don't want a woman who is constantly responding to men on Instagram, right? I mean, when you were single, you responded to any and everybody because, I mean, you're single and that's perfectly fine. But for me, I don't want my woman to be responding to every single guy that reacts to her story or says something random. Does that make me insecure? You can say whatever you want. But at the end of the day, I don't want to be with a woman who does that. Same thing with not wanting a woman who's easily accessible, where any man can just literally blink and now you're having a whole conversation with them. Or we're at the gas station, you run in the store and, the guy behind you starts a conversation and you're sitting there like, he's like, hey, ooh, hey, ma, what's your name? And you're like, woo da woo. And then he's like, oh, yo, you look so good. Oh, ooh, let me get your number. And you're just sitting there. Either you're saying that you have a man or not. Just the simple fact that you're entertaining that is not something I want. I like my women mean. I'm not going to lie. Now, again, I'm not saying, oh, my God, be the meanest person. Don't like have empathy or like compassion for anyone. No, but when it comes to other people who are trying to take my spot and we're together, like literally in a relationship, I don't want you to sit there and be geeky, ha ha ha, smiling. Oh, here's my Instagram or whatever. Like, I like my women mean. If someone walks up to you or does anything to you when you're involved with me, obviously, depending on the situation, keep it light and simple. But I'm the way that I am because I know how men are. Men don't just spark up random conversations with women just because they're bored. Obviously, they like what they see. They want to get a shot at it. And, they might just want to use you for what you have, or maybe they do want a relationship with you, but that's besides the point. And I just haven't been able to find a woman that can actually respect that. You never respected me, And again, if we're being fair, I can give the same energy. I'm not going to be smiling in every woman's face and that comes up to me. And, men have a different approach. Sometimes we're more neutral. But most importantly, if you want me to be able to protect you as my woman, I need to know exactly what's going on. If you have all these loose ends, guy best friends, oh, this person, this person, this person, this person here, I can't effectively protect you because I'm not going to be a fool, because you're letting everybody into your life. You're trusting everybody. I don't know your people. They may be cool people. You might bond with them. You might trust them with your life, but when it comes to a relationship and you're involved with me, I have to protect you, myself, and everything that comes with us. So if, for example, how am I going to protect you when some random guy to me walks up talking crazy to you? Whole time you had relations with this man in the past. You did some crazy stuff, and here I am being freaking Superman trying to be like, hey, don't talk to my girl. Like, that's why I don't like all that outside noise. I like to know what's going on. I like to have a grip of the situation. I get it. People have past situations, and some situations you can't avoid. People talk to you when you're out and about, especially if they know you. But I just don't want my woman to be so easily accessible. You never respected me. I want my woman to literally look at a man who's trying to be thirsty and be like, ew, get out of my face. Like, you're not my man. I want my partner to be all about me. Me, 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 me. I don't want her to put no one above me romantically in that sense. And I want to be her safe place, vice versa. It is what it is. Friendly women, ill, nasty, gross. Now, if we're at a restaurant, obviously I'm not gonna be like, hey, don't talk to the waiter. Like, that's getting insecure, But again, being the person that I am, obviously I would make sure that my woman is good, and I'll probably place her order anyway. She's getting princess treatment, you know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't have to talk. Unless she wanted to vocalize a tweak or a change on her order, that's fine. But hey, I'm opening the door for her, I'll place the order for you, like, I'll protect you, all that good stuff. But I can't protect you if you have all of these loose ends. Now, there's another thing, being at work. Obviously, you know how that be with people of the opposite sex. Even sometimes people of the same sex be attracted to your girl, or vice versa. If you're a woman listening to your man, that I don't like that overly friendly stuff. I don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like it. There should be no reason why, unless you're like an assistant or you have business outside of regular business hours that still like pertain to work. Why are you texting your supervisor? Why are you texting the GM? Why are you texting your male coworkers? And there's nothing wrong with developing friendships, if you will, but if we're in a relationship, all that gotta stop. Like, again, when you're single, do whatever you want. Whatever you want. You want to freaking text the GM, good morning, happy birthday, how you been, all you want. Do that when you're single. But when you're with me and you're having conversations about me to your coworkers, you never respected me. Like, how does your male coworker know more about your sexual life than me. Not my business, right? But how does that even work? Like, if you're in a relationship, you're supposed to be fully transparent, and you're sitting here telling him this, oh, and he did this, and he got mad about this, and today this and this, oh, and I was so wild back then, and I used to do this, and I was talking to this guy and that guy. When you're single, do whatever you want. But when you get involved with someone, you have to establish those boundaries. And some people don't have those boundaries. And if you feel like that's too much of a boundary, then walk away. We don't have to be involved. We don't have to be together. Again, call it insecure, call it, oh, you just have trust issues. Call it, I just don't want to be with you because I know what I don't want and what I don't want to settle for. The end. Stop questioning me. Let it go. Stop trying to convince me to be with you. If you make me feel that way and I'm communicating that, just walk away. Please, just walk away, because there's no point. Now, people do try to make like changes. They'll try to be like, well, I'll stop doing this and I'll stop doing this and I'll stop doing that. Okay, well, stop doing it because you thought you wanted to stop doing it, because you understand why you want to stop doing it. Don't just do it and be like, oh, my boyfriend doesn't like when I talk to you, so I'm just not gonna like text you when I'm home. Like, no, that's being sneaky. That's weird. I want my woman to be like, nah, look, I know we chopped it up in the past, but I got a man now. Like, that's dead. I hate overly friendly women. I do, with a passion. I just hate it. There's nothing wrong with being friendly in terms of like being bubbly and your personality. I just don't like overly friendly women who are easily accessible. Now, thanks to my very many experiences in life, I've been the guy on the other side. So that's also the perspective that I'm talking from. I've been that guy that's talked to women with boyfriends. I've been that guy. I've been that coworker that's texted and had conversations at work that weren't safe for work, in my past. So it's like, I know what it is. And I don't care if they be like, well, he's married, or he has a girlfriend, or vice versa for women. Oh, well, he's married, he has a wife. Like, that doesn't matter, because that communication shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening, and it is what it is. A lot of people, they try to match my energy when I establish my standards. And say, for example, if I said, hey, I don't want you doing this, I don't want you following that person that you had, whatever in your past, great, cool. I'm doing things that reassure me and make me feel validated. Now, a lot of people, they'll be so quick to kind of throw it back at you and be like, well, you want me to do this, but you do this and you do that and you do that. And it's like, hey, I hear you. But right now, we're still early on. I'm trying to see if you're the person for me, because you're only saying that because I said what I said. You didn't feel that. You didn't care prior to me saying what I said. So don't sit here and try to be like, well, how can you expect me to do this when you do this and you do that and you follow this person and you do that? And hey, it's okay. We don't have to be together. It's fine. Because what it is I want my woman to just know she shouldn't still be talking to her ex, that she literally has messages, sexual messages, a couple messages up from their past, I would hope, right? I just want my woman to be so about me so I can pour into her so heavily. And people don't get it. They don't get it. Well, you want this, and well, I can do that. I can be submissive. I can do this. I can do that. And it's like, okay, you say that, but you're not doing it. Again, I don't want to have to tell you. I would never tell a woman, hey, unfollow that guy. hey, show me your ex. Okay, block him. Like, that's not doing anything for me. Because if a woman's going to do something, they're going to do it regardless, vice versa. If a man's going to do something, he's going to do it regardless of if he or she blocked the person, or, if they're not talking on one platform, they might be talking on the other platform. You see what I'm saying? So those little actions don't move me. They don't reassure me. Like, if I see you're talking to a guy and you were like, oops, I'm sorry, I'm gonna block him right now, that's not gonna make me feel good, because why were you talking to him to begin with? You see what I'm saying? You should have knew that maybe when you're in a relationship, that shouldn't have happened. But you wanted to do it because you felt it's okay, and that's fine. But you're going to be single. It's okay to be different. It's okay to have different experiences and expectations. It's okay. But don't force me to try to accept or lower my standards due to your actions. You never respected me. It's crazy out here. It's crazy. But I'm gonna wrap this up. Be looking out for future episodes. And for this specific one, I'll probably have like some, other opinions and probably some callers, so that in that way we can kind of hear things from both sides and do a little debate. But thanks again for supporting and watching. This your boy Lux. I'm out.